What's up guys, TechBro here, and today we're going to talk about the 2019 Mac Pro. Let's get into the video. Before I just get into the video, I would just like to say that I have watched a ton of YouTube videos on the whole pros and cons when it comes to this Mac Pro and what people have to say about it. And I have to say, it should have not been that big of an issue that Apple released that. You guys should have seen that this was going to be released and it was not going to be cheap. So let's get into why exactly this is not a bad idea and all the counter arguments and such. So first of all, the Mac Pro is very powerful. It's definitely not for an average daily person, and I'm gonna go as far as it's definitely not for average YouTubers, because it is just overkill. You're not telling me that, okay, even if you're shooting at 4K at 60 at a professional camera, don't even tell me like something like, don't even say 1080p. Let's just say it's at 4K at 60, 5K at 60, or whatever. It's like any of those above ones. Your iMacs, not the iMac Pro, not the Mac Pro, but your iMacs are capable of doing that. Your MacBook Pro's base model can run that. You have to consider that this computer was definitely not made for average YouTubers. At least if you're a photographer or something, I would understand YouTuber that want that detail quality, but this is not for average YouTuber. If you are just recording, showing people stuff, at a certain level, people are not going to tell from 4K to 5K and all that stuff. So this is targeted more specifically towards like real professionalized like people. So like for filmmakers, music producers, people that really need that power, and not everybody can just use or utilize the amount of power that's coming from that the new Mac Pro 2019. And why that is also because, yes, I understand you might have the money to spend it on that kind of computer and you want the best of the best, but I mean, then don't complain about how expensive it is, because it's really not that expensive compared to what actual professionals used to buy. And so to them, this is a bargain for having all this power. Like, even if it's like a computer that's, let's say, high spec, I heard it was like around like the display and the Mac Pro together are like around 50,000. That's not bad compared to their other equipment and all these crazy monitors that don't even look that good when you go and see them in person. But for when Apple takes a huge step forward and tries to present these to professionals, they are not expecting, you know, YouTubers to just be the one who buy this. They're expecting for real working people from like film or music production to be the one who take advantage of this. It's great, yeah, that you want all that power, but what are you using it for? You're always complaining that the Mac Pro is not out, it's not out, when your iMacs or your MacBook Pros are handling everything just fine. So it's yeah, you can't complain about the price, because the price to them, to all these professionals, are totally not that bad. And especially because they're gonna definitely not buy this stuff when saying, oh, because Apple created this and it looks like it's just cleaner, it looks cleaner, the display looks better, and the iMac Pro, the iMac Pro is running much smoother. And of course they're gonna notice that, because they have iPhones, they have MacBooks, they have iPads, and none of this stuff would have ever helped them in professional level. So to know that Apple, the company that they really like, is doing something for their needs in professional level is something that's definitely gonna catch their eye for sure. And so